begin with an opening statement, and then we'll take your questions. Coach?
It's a big win for our team for a lot of reasons. One, it's a big win because that's a really good basketball team that we played. And I'll tell you, Arkansas is playing some terrific basketball right now. They're difficult to guard, and defensively they just really do a great job of taking away team strengths. It's also a good win because of the timing. Obviously, coming off a loss, you want to be able to get back in the win column. It's also a good win because it's our first win without Kean, and I think all those things were much needed tonight. And you in the SEC, I don't know who you picked. Arkansas is not they're hard to play, but I'm really proud of our team, proud of the second half performance, stepping up and really responding to the challenge.
All right, we'll take our first question from Maria.
Coach, right during the game, the Wooden Award released the midseason top 20, and Jordan Horston is on it, and of course she certainly deserved that recognition already, and then she puts up 24 and 11 tonight in 40 minutes of play. Just talk about the contributions that Horston made from beginning to end.
Yeah, well, she makes big plays. I think she guards, she rebounds, she goes and gets buckets. She understands what we're trying to do. I thought her aggressiveness to start the third quarter was really important to our team and to our confidence, and and she had some good passes there in the second half. We ended up with 19 turnovers, 19 assists, I think. So that was it's a good number for us. No, she had several.
Karthik in the back.
Hey Coach, Ray Burrell played really well tonight with their season high. 17 of her 21 points, I believe, came after you all were down 13. What can you say about her performance tonight? Well,
we were able to get her some good looks, and she knocked them down. She was aggressive. I thought she played within herself pretty well. I thought our spacing was better and gave her some opportunities. I thought her decision making was really good. Decision making is in when she's going to attack, when she's going to pull up and shoot, and it was really good for her. Obviously, we needed it. We needed that punch that she gave us.
One follow-up, if I may. I saw her with a huge ice pack on her knees. Is that just wear and tear from the game? Is she okay?
If there's a player that walks out of here without a nice bag on him, I'd be surprised. I mean, this is February's tomorrow, right? Isn't that right? So that's normal. I probably need an ice bag, to be honest with you.
Tyler and then Cora.
Coach, I mean, even in the non-conference, you guys have had these thrilling wins, these crazy close games. Do you think your team sort of learned some toughness through that non-conference and up to this point to sort of be able to pull out wins like this, or has it always had it?
Well, I think we had some toughness in us. I think it came out early this season. When we had to compete. We had to really scrap and claw to get wins early, and gave us confidence that we could continue to do that. And the one thing about this team, we've been down, but we just don't give up. We keep fighting, and I love that about them.
Cora.
Kelly, Tamari and Jordan have had such breakout seasons, been really crucial for you guys, and Jordan said earlier that their relationship, they're so close that it lends to their production on the court. How have you seen them both kind of grow and now to be juniors and have this season?
Well, I think this is their normal progression. This is what we expected from them. They're very talented, but they've gotten better every single year and even throughout the years. So, that's part of what we need to do here as a program is players don't want to just come and be where they're at. They want to continue to get better. And those two, as good as they were when they got here, have really improved in their time. And I think that's twofold. I think the biggest thing is they want to get better. They're in the gym. They've learned how to be a veteran on a college basketball team. And I think our coaching staff's done a great job pushing them and putting them in position to be successful.
Jordan said multiple times she had, and again tonight, they're best friends. How happy does that make you to see players just be that close out of the court?
Yeah, they're really close, and they have they're able to push each other. They're able to pull each other into the gym when they need to. There's a lot of trust there, and you can see that connection on the court when they play.
Jack, Al, and then Madison.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned in the Auburn postgame that the team's confidence was shaky during that game. How did you see that change tonight against Arkansas?
Well, honestly, tonight I felt like we saw our basketball team, and this is how we've played the majority of the season. We didn't play great in the first half. I thought we were a little stale offensively, didn't make shots, and gave up too many points, I thought, in the first half as well. I got after him at halftime, and called some names and challenged our team, and they responded. That's what you love to see.
Al.
Without Kean, how were you still able to have a 60-40 advantage on the boards?
Well, I think our guards stepped up. Obviously, Horston with 11, Puckett comes in with 10, Walker with 8, Burrell with 8. To me, our guards made up the majority of the difference there. I'm proud of them. We've worked on it, and we've been talking about it a lot.
And how difficult was Ramirez to really handle out there?
She is. You can't shut her down. I mean, that's not happening. The only thing you can hope to do is make it as difficult as possible, and maybe she'll miss one at some point. I mean, she's that good, and she does such a good job. She's so crafty with the ball, and she plays at her own pace. You're not going to force her into playing too fast. And I thought tonight she did a nice job of finding her teammates too. So making it a little bit more difficult to double her.
Madison, Cora, and then Reese.
Coach, Tennessee trailed almost 33 minutes of this game, even down by 13 at one point in the third quarter, and then you're able to claw your way back once again, beat a feisty Arkansas team in overtime. We've used the word resilient a lot to describe this team. Is there anything that you don't think that this team can claw their way back from?
I would prefer we don't put ourselves in the position to demonstrate our feisty resilience, but no, I think that's the thing about this team. They're proud of that. They're proud of their toughness. They're proud of their resilience. They're not going to give up. And I think sometimes, we do wear on people. I think sometimes our size and sometimes our physicality. I do think by the end of the game, it's a little tiring for our opponents, and I do think that has a little bit of correlation with how we're able to play strong at the end of the game. But our players down the stretch, they found something more. They were able to dig deep and find a little bit extra to give, and that's a big deal.
Cora, Reese, and then Maria.
Jordan Horston was adamant that Sarah Puckett is not a freshman. Would you agree with that? And how happy are you with her performance? She's really impacting both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I heard Sarah talk about what she's been working on, talking about her rebounding. We've challenged her to get more boards for us because I think she has the ability. We also need to find her some more shots. We definitely need to continue to look for her offensively. But she plays with really good poise, which is why she doesn't look like a freshman. She doesn't act like a freshman out there. And, I think her teammates play with great confidence in her. We are able, I move her around all over the place. She's playing so many different positions for us right now, and she's able to give us something positive. I thought she did a nice job defensively today as well. I think she had a few breakdowns and a couple fouls that actually did look like a freshman. But, it's really cool to see her and where she's at and how proud her teammates are of her.
Reese.
Cora's out here stealing my questions, but kind of going off that, what was the decision behind having her in crunch time? Sarah Puckett, obviously.
Well, I think she had made a big bucket. I thought she was doing a really nice job defensively. She was pulling in some boards, and she was spreading the defense out. People were having to go out behind the three-point line to guard her, and I think it was helping our offensive attack, helping our spacing to have her on the court.
And the second question I have is, what kind of luxury is it to have someone like Jordan Horston who can just make every shot, it seems like, in crunch time?
Yeah, well, what you have with Jordan is a go-to player. And the great thing about Jordan is she can be a go-to player. She's strong enough, physical enough to get into the paint, score. She obviously hit a jumper, but also you can't double her because she can find the open man. She's got great court vision, but also she's big enough to throw over a lot of people. So having her skill set in those moments is great for us.
Maria?
A two-part question. First, Tess Darby's stats don't jump out. She had some absolutely heads-up plays, so I just wanted you to talk a little bit about her contribution. And the second part, it's Monday, a lot of players logged a lot of minutes, and now you've got to go to Florida. If you can just sort of look ahead about Florida challenges and getting them ready.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you said that. Tess made some big plays for us. I thought she did a really good job defensively, and just grabbing a loose ball, tipping a loose ball made a huge difference, because obviously this game every play mattered. And very similar to Sarah, when you have Tess on the court, it's going to spread the defense out, and it gives your other players some room to work. And I thought her minutes were really big for us. One thing that you're right, it's Monday now. I will start worrying about recovery. That's not anything I was worrying about prior to, because you figure out what you're doing right now, and when the next hurdle's there, we'll figure out the next hurdle. But our training staff does a really good job of getting our players back up and ready. We will have you said Monday. Monday. We will have a pretty light practice tomorrow. And then we'll have a prep practice on Wednesday, getting ready and then travel down to Florida. Again, I think we understand. If we didn't, we learned our lesson. You can't take a night off, and it's not just it's not just a physical. You have to be emotionally invested in everything that we're doing, and it's draining. But you've got to get up every single night in this league.
And I know you haven't really had time to look at them, but Florida's another one of those teams that are playing better in the league right now. What challenges do the Gators, just in general, present?
Yeah, honestly, this is one of the teams that I have not seen a lot this year, but I've caught their scores and their highlights, and I know they're playing well. They're playing inspired. They lose their leading scorer, one of their best players, and their team has stepped up. It's almost like they're wanting to say, hey, I can play too. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. And, I know they've got a great guard, and they've got people that are stepping up and making plays. I do know that right now. So it is, we expect a really, really tough game. You go down there, you got to be ready to play.
Jeff?
Yeah, Coach, I know you grabbed the mic at the end and said thank you, students, but what kind of impact do you think the fans
Oh, man, the fans, they were great. They were great. Somebody mentioned out there that they, may have looked like us in the first half a little bit, but when we needed them in the second half, our fans made a difference. They got loud. They got a freshman up there shooting some free throws, and that crowd was loud. That was we made that a little bit intimidating. I thought the student section was awesome, and so getting to say thanks to our students was really cool. It's great to see them out and having fun at our games as well.
Any final questions for Coach? Breeze.
The pick and roll, I don't know if you heard Jordan Horston talking about the pick and roll at all, but those two seem to have a connection. I was curious how much you guys practice that. Obviously it's a staple in offenses, but how much are you guys going to work on that practice? Is that something to do in the home?
Yeah, well, I heard she said they used to do it, but we do it within our practices when we're working on offensive execution. Tonight, there are times that it's open, and then there are times that it's too crowded. We have to be careful, but it gets us movement regardless. And I thought they did a nice job. Your guards have to be aggressive coming off of it, and when your guards come off aggressive, and then it gives some opportunities. I thought we found some nice plays there in the second half.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you guys for coming.
Appreciate it.